we cannot force people, and
Yeah, we are ultimately we are going to have this recording also.
yes, so
So
it's
good evening to
okay.
all. Yeah.
There is a thing called art of allowing, art of allowing means it's okay. It is okay just to allow everyone to be and do what they want. Yeah. Okay.
So good evening to all, and we are going to have a program of living in happiness. So I remember 2 3 days back, Dhruva was told one important message. She told that D and D, life is D and D. D is birth and D is death. So in between, what is that? C. So C is choice. Like that, happiness also choice. When we are selecting the happiness, that is our choice. Both are available. Happiness, sadness. So now we are going to listen from Mrs. Sharmila Menon how to be happy in all situations. So now I am inviting in this virtual forum Mrs. Sharmila Menon. Good evening to all, and we are going to listen from her many things. Yeah, welcoming you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
And thanks to everyone, because if you all were not here, this session, this sharing wouldn't have been possible. So thank you so much to all of you, because many a times we try many things. We want to, we want some special event to happen, but it has its own time, and it happens in the right time. That's what I believe. So this is something very organic, where Yogesh suggested, and then everybody said yes, yes, we would like to hear, and that's why it has happened. Otherwise, life is going on very slow pace for me now. No more, no more hurrying, or no more struggling to establish kind of a thing. I used to do that earlier. Now I just live in the moment. If it happens, it is good, not rejecting it. And if it doesn't happen, that is also okay. Maybe I need to prepare myself more. So that is the way of thinking I'm doing now. So thank you once again. I would request everyone to mute their mics and switch on the camera, please, so that I will feel good that you all are my people. Hello, Ripa ma'am. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, ma'am. Thank you. How
Yes,
are you, ma'am?
I'm good. I'm good. Need all supportive energy, and you can listen. Don't listen. You have to listen in different spirit. Spirit means you can ask me any questions after I finish presenting the slides. So we will have enough time, sir. It is 1 hour time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So this will take a short time. After that, it will all be interactive session. You can ask many questions. So we'll go about it. Sir, do I have sharing allowance? Yeah.
Yeah, you can share it now.
Yes. Um, okay. So what is mindfulness? Am I clear? Am I audible? Not too loud, not too soft. Am I okay?
Yes, perfectly all right.
Yes, thank you so much. So what is mindfulness? Generally, we have confused thinking about mindfulness. It's like full of mind. What is it? Being mindful, as it is now, there is so much of bombardment of information, so much to grasp, so much to know, so much to, what do you say? You have to prove yourself into. So what is this mindfulness? So let's know a little bit about it. Maybe it will take a long time to perfectly know what is mindfulness in true sense, to experience that, but at least in knowing, at least we can know this, that is being in the present, detached from the past, not carrying anything of the past, nothing. If you feel like carrying something good, it's okay, but not being very heavy of the past. Sometimes even good memories become very heavy for us. We remain too attached to those good memories, So absolutely not taking anything of the past, detaching ourselves, remaining unattached. Asangoham, we say in Vedanta and all, we say asangoham means every time I'm detached from experience of yesterday, from the past, from that childhood, and not pulled by the future either, not even by the future. Otherwise, we have so much planning for the future. In 1920, I had a planning for my future. That is, I'm done now. I have done enough. This psychology, spiritual psychology, enough of communication, enough of theater, enough of storytelling, enough of transactional analysis, NLP. I have gathered enough compassionate communication, and I'm ready to go to colleges to teach the students that emotional intelligence or how to make their lives happy. But that was not so. Then Corona happened. So future also is not in our hands. What will happen tomorrow, we don't know. So it is unnecessary wastage of energy. We can plan, since we are living in this modern times, we can plan, but not to invest so much vibrationally or energetically into it, that future. So being in the present is being mindful. What is happening to me at this moment? If I measure my happiness quotient, how much do I have that? So being aware of the breath, as Ganeshan sir has said, Durva said, that is B to D, the journey from birth to death. What remains with us is our breath, precious breath, which connects us to this universe, and we are called alive, right? So how much we are aware of this breath? Are we that much aware? How is it? Every time, maybe not every time, but if we are totally absent, we can make ourselves aware of this breath every 1 hour or every 2-3 hours. We can bring that concentration to our breath. Sorry. Sadly, what has happened is our breath has remained a very shallow breath. In childhood, due to fear, somebody shouted at us. We were afraid of so many things, beating, unwanted torturing, or whatever, not to, getting appreciation, failing. Everything made us hold our breath. So we are into perfect habit of holding that breath. We hold our breath every time. That means a deficient breath. So that breath, if it is vibrant, I think 95% of the problems would vanish. So being aware of the breath, our emotions would be in control, our health would be in control. 70% of the carbon will be thrown out of the body. That means less of illnesses, nothing. We won't feel agitated. Everything will be in alignment. Then being aware of the impulses. What is happening? Is anything triggering into me? Somebody said something, I see something, I witness something. Is anything getting triggered? Any impulse, we call it electrical impulses is happening, which will trigger further thoughts and feelings adding to onto that. So being aware of that every place, in every situation, when I'm witnessing anything, how is that? So being aware of that, being wholly present to the present, the now, what I'm doing. 5 years back, 2 years back, I was absent. When I was washing utensils, I was absent. I used to think I have to do this, I have to read that book, I have to do this much, and I have to be that polished, I have to gather that much. By that time, I'll be ready. And somewhere unmindfully, I used to, why I'm doing all this. But today, I wash these utensils by feeling the water. This is how I'm doing. And it is once in a lifetime event that this way, with this water, these utensils, with this kind of witnessing, I will not wash these utensils again. That kind of thinking I'm bringing in. While cooking also. This cooking is the only once in a lifetime cooking with these vegetables or these food items, with this energy, with this mind pattern. So everything is unique of that moment. So even now we are talking, this is unique. I'm sure this will not happen again. So having that much honor, that much respect to this moment, which is there in our hands. Otherwise, we struggle so much to gather particular thing, but it doesn't happen. So being aware of everything, that is called being in the present. If I touch this mouse, if I use my spectacles, how they are sitting on my, on my ears. How am I looking at something? How am I closing the door? How this chair is holding me? How, dress is touching my body. So everything is being mindful. Let's move on to the next. There is another thing called right mindfulness. Even wrong mindfulness can happen. If somebody gives us pain, we may experience that pain deeply. So right mindfulness is required. What is right mindfulness? In Buddhism, Buddha has given eightfold path. A lot of other, I have picked some elements only. Later in other sessions, I can take whole, the whole session could be taken on Buddha's eightfold path. So in that, right view and right understanding about situation, about people is very important. Otherwise, right mindfulness cannot happen. There will be a lot of agitation. There will be a lot of judgment from our side. So right view, right understanding of being unbiased, that particular state is very important when we confront any life situation, external realities. Then right speech, due to our conditioning, due to our behavioral patterns, sometimes wrong speech may happen. We may think something differently. We may gossip. We may talk not so good about others. We may spread some, what is not wanted talk. So right speech is very important when we are rightly mindful. Right intention also. With what intent you are doing particular thing. Am I being selfish? Am I doing this only for myself? Is everybody inclusive in this? So everything, having the right intention is very important for anything. And right action. Wrong action also could happen due to our less intellect or less understanding. We may take wrong action, which may result into some other bad outcome of that. So right action, when we have proper intellect, when we have proper right mindfulness, right action will happen. And thereby we needn't get, what do you say, into pain, into suffering. And finally, right resolve. So when we follow all this, right resolve will happen, right resolution will happen. We can't go wrong if we take care of all this. So how to prepare ourselves for inner happiness? Detaching ourselves from the self-image. So very easy. I started my journey as a young girl. Earlier also as a small girl, I used to feel why so much unhappiness. Why my mother is quietly sitting? Why she is just looking somewhere? What is that? And something in me, I didn't like unhappiness. Of course, I had a lot of, means everything was not beautiful, but somewhere the seed of happiness was there in me since childhood. So I didn't like when anybody sat in unhappiness. So she sat in unhappiness and I didn't like it. Maybe many things were not like as per her, liking. But then life continued, and I lost my mother for cancer. Then I thought like maybe that was the reason she was always unhappy. So that was very early age, 13 and a half. And soon after I lost my father. So that 15, 16, that age was, I was so much in pain that I was in search of happiness. And I remember where I was waiting for a bus, and then somebody came, this Christian missionary people, and they gave one blue book, How to Find Your Happiness. I still remember the color. It was black on top with nice shiny cover. And I bought that. I don't remember the price and all. And I held that book for many years. Just, I was getting it. I was getting it. Thereafter, read many books, many thinkers from J. Krishnamurti, Osho, to Arbindo, Sukhbodhanandaji, various books, Mind Relax Please, and this and that. But then we have to take our journey. If only we could find our happiness in one book or 1 year or 2 years, then whole lifetime wouldn't have taken. So detaching ourselves from the self-image, we have a self-image that certain things should happen certain way. We have expectations. I have grown up this way, so things should happen this way only, the way I think. Okay, I should get validations from people. No, failure is not good. Every time success should happen. Then personalizing it, we feel that everybody is attacking us, everybody is conspiring against us when things don't go the way we want. But is it true? Nobody is conspiring against us. We needn't personalize anything. Everybody is looking after their own needs. We feel that they have attacked us or they have worked against us. Nobody is sitting, I'm going to harm Sharmila or I'm going to harm Ganeshan sir or Durva ma'am, or no, nobody is waiting that way. Everybody is having some selfish motive, means they are looking after their own selves. So we needn't personalize anything. If something goes, it is okay. If you receive something, it's okay. Then having assumptions, we assume something has happened because somebody has done that, and that is happened because of these factors, these elements had worked against us, for us. Assumptions. There is nothing in the world we can assume. Those will be only assumptions if we assume anything. So no falling into the trap of assumptions. No assumptions. There is a beautiful book by Don Miguel. I'm sorry if I'm mistakenly taking the first name. Miguel is correct. 4 agreements. I think even 5th has been written. That being impeccable and not taking anything personally, assumptions, and being the best at the time of a particular action. That is the best we can have. And then my world. We create our world. If I'm teaching English, means I feel everybody is after English. The whole world is vibrating with English. If Yogesh is into share trading, he may think, he will definitely think that whole world is give and take of money, transactions, this and that. If goldsmith is there, he thinks that whole world is after gold ornaments. If doctor is there, he thinks people fall sick and they come. So we create our own worlds in one tank or well, and we feel that is the whole world, because we are the center of that particular world which we create. Okay, so we create our own world. There is a whole vast galaxies and oceans where different dimensions and different worlds, parallel worlds are going on, which we are unaware. We are just into that small world which we create, and we feel very comfortable thinking that this is the center, this is the universe. So how to come to inner happiness and mindfulness state? It's a long journey. We all have our own journey. It is not like some formula will come and we will fit into it and then life would be happy. If that was the case, then all the advancement, everything available in the market would have made us immortal beings, happily living, walking on this earth. But that doesn't happen. So there is something else which we are not aware, or some other dimensions are there, some other factors which will affect our living happily. Forgiveness. I did not understand this word for many years. Forgiveness. Oh God, forgive your neighbor, forgive that. How come I can forgive someone this way easily? Those people who have hurt me, cheated me, I can't forgive people. Not easy. Forgiveness. If only those people had experienced my life the way I have lived. So each person will be thinking that way. That forgiveness doesn't come in egoistic mind. When we hold ego in ourselves, that forgiveness becomes very difficult, and people die in stiffness. They don't bend. They become stiff, ready to break, but no forgiveness. Forgiveness is, today I'm understanding forgiveness is so important. If I forgive today, I can live with lightheartedness. It is more than for others. It is for my own self. It is to others, it is okay, but for my own self, I have to forgive everything what has happened in the past or what is happening in the present. Forgiving, constantly reminding ourselves, no ill thought, no ill thinking of anything, forgiving, forgiveness. And it is so beautiful experience. forgiving everyone. Maybe at that moment we may get angry, but again forgiving our own self, like father would forgive a child. So we have to caretake of our own self. We may get angry because that the what we are today is the making of 20, 30, 40 years of conditioning, right? So many years of conditioning. So how easily we'll forget all this. We may only remember in some positive messages and all. After that, when real life situation come, we forget. But again, showing sympathy to our own self and forgiving again, 1,000 times we can forgive. We can, if only some mics are on, I think. Yeah, please. Thank you. Then thankfulness and deep gratitude towards everything what is there. Even if I have 10 rupees in my purse, being very grateful and having deep gratitude to that. So at least next meal I can buy. If I don't have gratitude for that, universe will not grant me greater things in life. What I have today, healthy body, I have to be thankful for that. It is worth crores. Just having, healthy body is worth crores. We may not think of something in bank sitting only will, we are that rich. So being very thankful to education. Many people have sacrificed, people are illiterate. We are all is the same part of this social and economic system where some people have not taken basic education. We have got that. So being thankful for that. Being thankful, having good childhood. So being thankful for everything. Being thankful to get to breathe air. Being thankful. Earlier, sometimes I used to complain that everything I have to do with my own hand working. But when my thumb got crushed in May 2018, May 4th, whole thumb went into mixer. I was, not unmindfully I was doing that work. And it crushed, it was pulped. 3 months I couldn't do any work. I couldn't enter kitchen, nothing. That time I felt, oh God, these hands and fingers are so important. If I have them, then I can work all the time. Okay. So being thankful. Then next is surrendering. Surrendering. We can't be stiff with life. No. This way or that way. No. Because greater arrangement is done by super consciousness, which we are not aware. So in our small thinking, we become so rigid that we don't want to surrender. We want to manage everything. My life would be like this. My children's life would be like that. And this, my coming generations would be like that. So surrendering like water. The obstacle become the path for water. And in Stoicism also they say, make your obstacle as path. Okay, let your obstacle become path. So being like water, it is there. There is nothing like in this world like water. Water is so powerful element. Water goes, it makes its way anywhere. It takes shape of any container. It is in 3 states. It is the biggest, it records memory. It holds memory for millennia, just millennia I'm telling, for ages. Water has that capacity. And compassion, very important. Compassion to others. Since childhood onwards, in all our learnings and all, we have to be compassionate, we have to be non-violent. Today I understand that compassion, first we have to be compassionate to our own self. If I am in pain for one single moment, I am not compassionate, I am dishonoring this universe, this God. Then going to temple and worshipping God is of no use if I don't honor my own self, which is created by that particular God or whatever super consciousness I call it. If I don't have compassion towards myself, so millions of times we have to be compassionate to our own self. After doing repeated mistakes, after doing repeated failure, even till the last breath, we have to be so compassionate. We have to hold so lovingly our own self, because if we don't have compassion to our own self, nobody can have it. How can others give us compassion when we don't know how to compassionately hold this being which is so precious? So being compassionate to oneself, being like a strong tree. Being a strong tree, you can give shelter to others. If we are not compassionate to ourselves, we cannot shelter others. So self-compassion first, and that compassion will extend to others. You don't have to do anything on its own, it will spread towards others. Accepting the things as they are. There is a right time for everything. I can be only this best. Accepting the things as they are means, if I'm a leader this moment, I have to accept that gracefully I'm a leader. If I go in the back row some other time, I have to accept that I'm at the back and sit quietly. So accepting the things as they are, not struggling against that. Today I did not get chance. Today I'm poor. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I grace this space. Tomorrow I'm rich. I also grace that space. So today I cannot work. I'm ill. I'm sick. I accept that. Tomorrow I'm very healthy. I accept that. So accepting everything as it is, not struggling against that, not struggling against that. So there is right time for everything. There is right time to sow the seed. There is right time for that plant to come out, and there is right time for it to flourish into a tree. So there is right time for everything. There is right time for seasons. During rainy season, we can't have autumn or summer. There is time for everything. So universal laws have set up, there is time for everything. There is a time for child to be born, 9 months in the womb. Then there is time for the child to grow. We cannot happen it by banging and digging the ground, and no. We have to accept the things as they are, beautifully put in Tao Te Ching, that is Taoism, written, I mean, Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu, the Chinese scholar, wrote it. Then he went into forest. That is beautiful one. I can put up in the group. Tao Te Ching says that beautifully. 84 verses only are there, but life's whole wisdom has been compiled there. Then not going against the tide, because there is a flow in the universe. Our galaxies and all, they go in one particular direction, they don't start going opposite direction. So we cannot force against the nature. We will waste our energy, vital energies. So we have to be with tide. If crowd is going this side, we have to go with the crowd, and no, I'll make my way against the crowd. That's a utter stupidity or lack of wisdom, we call it. You have to be with tide. So this is the pattern. If something is going clockwise, we go clockwise. But we can't force ourselves. Then like it is like banging against the wall. We always get to choose the life we want. Okay, there are something we have to drop, and we become comfortable. That's why we don't want to change. Otherwise, we always have freedom to choose the life we want. And that is sorry, I missed one point. Yeah, mastering the mind. So mastering the mind, this has been the what do you say, everybody says what is this mind and how to control this mind, and we are caught into the mind and we are prisoner of mind. Yes, very true. Because whatever has happened with us, the conditioning which we face, everything got us caught up in this mind. Mind is a beautiful tool. It's a beautiful servant, but very ugly master. When we allow it to master us, it takes very ugly shape. It has its own ugliness when it is allowed to master. Servant, it is a beautiful servant. So we can use this mind, exercise our intellect to do our work, get it done. It is like, being in a room, we do our work and we come out of the room. So just use it rightly only when it is required. And that will take us to self-mastery. So we can shut the mind when it has to be shut, and not allow it to take unnecessary control over us. So that's the function of the mind. Not so easy. It takes lifetime. For some, it may come early. For some, it may take to understand this mind, what it is, how its mechanism is. And mind is not particular one. Mind is something, it is whole. Trillions of cells in the body could be called mind, because each cell has its own intelligence. Mind is not only somewhere we connect it with the brain, but that's not so. So that leads us to self-mastery, and we always get to choose the life we want. That is the freedom universe has given us. That is ultimate life mastery. With accordance to the universal laws, if we live, I think life mastery is possible. This is what is. Our whole concentration in the marketplace is driven only to physical body. If we eat this, if we do this, and then we are perfect. But it doesn't happen that way. We have total five bodies, just like five elements in the universe. That is earth, air, water, fire, space. Same way, five bodies. Physical body, which we see with our naked eyes. Other bodies we cannot see with particular special photography and all. They can all our sacred text is having mention of this body. Next is energy body, emotional body, wisdom body, Vijnanamaya Kosha we call it. This is Manomaya Kosha. This is Pranamaya Kosha, and finally is bliss body. This bliss itself, this is Anandamaya Kosha. This indicates that we are supposed to be happy all the time in total bliss, Satchidananda. But we are not, because we have not got this other four bodies correctly. They are not in alignment. There is misalignment, great misalignment, because we are only concentrating on this, which is 1/5. So 1/4 is neglected. That's why so much disharmony. We are not knowing 72,000 energy tubes in our body. No doctor can show. No medical doctor can show us. They will only show flesh, muscles, body tissues, bones, and whole of this energy. What is doing it? So this has to be in alignment. Breath, proper thinking, according to universal functioning. If we go, I think this is possible, and that's what all our ancients today still in Tibetan monasteries and also much of ancient text is there. Piles of books are there, which is not brought out. There were hidden this thing for last several 100 years, where modern education happened, and all that what we had sacred text which had real wisdom in that, it is there in Tibetan monasteries. Big libraries are there. And that's what in some caves and all still today, if they are into tapas, sitting in complete meditation, they sit in complete harmony, bliss. So today, whatever meditation rounds are happening, it is not possible for us to become, to experience or exercise meditation for 5 minutes or half an hour. 70,000-80,000 thoughts crossing our mind every day. We are torn apart so much, running here and there. It's not possible to sit sometime. Mind will be wandering. Mind will go to all the places, to the office, to 10 years down the line, 5 years before, in childhood. Mind will wander everywhere and will simply sit with physical body. So mindfulness, meditativeness happens when you are aware of your breath. And each and every activity, each step you take, you are aware that you are taking the step. So that means some other awareness, some other witness is telling, Sharmila, okay, you are walking. You did that. Okay, some awareness is there. You see, who remembers your childhood? You have changed now. We have changed. But somebody remembers our childhood, right? Somebody remembers our other days. Somebody remembers. So that awareness is greater than this physical thing. Okay. Something in us witnesses every day. We can call it awareness, we can call it God, we can call it super consciousness, anything. But somewhere something is there in us, far intelligent. Only thing we have forgotten because we are too busy with Monday. It is there in every one of us. That's why we go in the search of everything lifelong. And finally, only when we turn inward, we get that happiness, because that is within us. That is with us. That is not to be found in the marketplace. That is not to be found in biggest of the palaces. And that's why Buddha went out in search of that, because he went inward. He took the journey inward. So with this, I think I have done enough justice. What's the time? Okay. Quite a long time I took. I thought I would explain it very quickly, but it didn't happen. Yeah, please.
Yeah, it is wonderful, ma'am. As you told, mindfulness is very much important. everywhere. And when we are feeling the breath, so that is the main important thing. Normally, as we are working in this current scenario, many times we forget that
Yes.
because of urgency, because of anger, because of many things. We forget our breath also. So that is a very most important thing. As we told, it is very informative and it can be followed at any time.
Yes.
So wonderful notes.
So why do we do that? Because particular thinking, it is collective consciousness. Everybody is rushing, everybody is running. So we become part of that. It is not our individual energy only. Are you getting? We are crisscrossed with everybody's energy. So it is not my energy. If all people are around me rushing, running, I too will feel that way, unless I take complete charge and otherwise differently. If I am part of this common this thing, collective crowd, then I will behave that way only. So that is happening unconsciously. When we are mindful, it may not happen. Then you will take your conscious action. Yeah. So any questions, please come forward. We may another 19 minutes. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes.
yeah. Um, it was a very interesting session, ma'am. Actually, much needed one. The thing is, we decide to do all this. We've already planned to do all this, but then sticking on to those rules is a little difficult. Can you just help out?
It is difficult because we have lived certain way thousands of times, right? And with one positive session or one message or some morning messages or some books cannot alter it. Mind has gone condition, and as I said, mind is ugly master that will keep us tied with that egoic mind in that situation comfortably. We don't want to change it, right? And that is the reason. So the solution is, you have to mindfully remind that I have to do that 1,000 times, 10,000 times. So, okay, what do you say? Thousand times. You shouldn't give up. If you really want something, you have to, like, I could get angry, I could get upset, I could get this, but then I had to remind 1,000 times. Come on, you can't do that. You are breaking your body, you are destroying your body getting angry. Could you control anybody in your life? No, we can't control. So anything what you want to change will not happen. It is like creating neural pathways. One created means, for mind it is easy to give the walk on that. Making other path is difficult. So you have to catch that mind. Come on, no listening to you, I will do that. I will not. Now I have not listened to any negative news for last 15 years. I don't watch any news. That's my conscious decision. No watching any rubbish. Because what happens is, even if we are mindful that I'm not supposed to watch ugly, we have other bodies, emotional body, energy body will pick on that. They will pick on that, and that will become part of my conditioning. So whole corona, I didn't know what was happening. They kept on asking, you are not aware? No, I'm not aware, I don't listen to the news. Okay. So even when whole world cries or go into agitation, I'm constantly on my breath, thinking that okay, the space where I'm standing is not shaky. It's okay. Even there is no sound of anyone around me, I'm quietly sitting, it's okay. I'm not watching any news. I have not watched any news because I'm aware that news is all made up news. It is triggered for triggering something to get outcome for something. Today, if somebody says after 40, life for women gets over, she is faceless, she is useless. If she doesn't have any securities, I'm not ready to listen till the age of 9500. If I at all live, I will not listen to anyone. Because I know universal laws works differently, and market will sell me everything. You have to have insurances, otherwise you will fall sick. If I buy insurance, then certainly I'll fall sick. I will create that disease for me. I will create the disease because I want to make sure that I am wise and intelligent, that I have timely insurance I have taken, and because of this disease now it will be taken care of, that disease. So mind is that culprit. It's a big prison, I mean jailer, which keeps us imprisoned for lifetimes. Yeah, understand. So anything you want to bring change, repeatedly, without giving up, thousands and thousands of times you have to work on that, because what conditioning has been done so far has been done because of thousands and thousand times of doing. So undoing it needs equal time and energy. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We'll work on
Yes.
it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. My happiness. You can ask any questions, sir. Don't feel bad that
Yeah.
I won't have answers for anything. I have answers for everything.
Yeah, ma'am. As you said that we buy life insurance, that means we are creating that disease will happen. But for safety reasons, we are buying medical insurance because in this world it's needed. We can't avoid that now. We are thinking positive, this it will not happen, but then too we are buying. So can you explain in regarding this?
If you become part of some system, if you have enough money, your money will go for helping someone. Some insurance companies will run, many people will get employment. So you can do your part. But doing some dishonor and injustice to your own body, falling prey to that because you have taken, that shouldn't be allowed. Otherwise, it's okay. If you are part of this society and if you can say that you have contributed, you have circulated money, energy towards certain cause, right? How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, we can always have different perception, undamaging perceptions we can have. We can't be rigid. That is the right way. No, it is not that. We can have different views. I sit here, my view of the world is in from this window. You sit there, you can have different worldview. So it is a different world, different reality. Okay. Yes. So there is a solution for everything. We can always change our perception and change that thinking. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to contribute? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Actually, fantastic section, I can tell. But what only thing that as accepting that as it is right, that is bit difficult in life. Actually, what we used to do, we'll go past or else we'll go future. The present right bit difficult. Actually, I am trying this one a lot of actually past 1 year, I can tell. I should be in present. Then what I am doing actually, I used to do multiple activity. I'm busy with myself. So I will not ready to think future or past. So like that, I'm practicing. Actually, I had some issues in life. So after that, I am realizing what to do, how I can do. I may engage with myself or something like that. So ultimately, I will not do like that. I am following actually some similar things. Something is resonant with me. What and all you are telling, right? Actually, those things nice to hear. So a couple of things I need to add actually. How the tide actually we need to go that same space or something like that. That are awesome things. Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah. So what happens is we getting engaged is in order to escape something. We don't want to experience pain. If I quietly sit, I will think of many things. So best is to remain busy all the time, engaged. That is the mind again traps you. Okay. So I challenge my mind. I sit alone. I can sit alone 15 days without troubling or torturing me. And I can keep my mind blank. No thought will cross without my permission. Okay. So as long as I want, I can keep it blank. So mind has no permission to torture me. Generally, we are like that. We get engaged with this activity, that activity. We want to do too many things in order to run away from realities. We don't want to face those painful things. So that everybody has some or the other issues. It's not about money. It's not about, there will be so many things because external factors are part of our lives, right? So we all have.
Yeah, for example, actually some support where I'm reading book or something. I'll read like that, I will think, but my mind will be somewhere, office or somewhere, right? That how I can overcome that one. Actually,
That is, you have to become witness. Hey, come on, taking me away to the office. So you have to be on guard. Another Lakshmi has to be on guard there. Okay. So if I do mistake, I say, hey, Sharmila, what are you thinking? What are you doing? Every time catching yourself, no, that is the solution.
Yeah, that awareness actually be difficult, right? Actually, we unknowingly will do, not knowingly actually. That awareness we are creating will be difficult. Do you have any tips like that? Actually, reason actually.
Tips is breath. If you start controlling, if we are taking only 12 to 13 breaths now, very shallow breath. We are supposed, we are taking 16 to 70 breaths. We are supposed to take only 12 or 13 breaths. That means mind is running rapidly. That brings that, somewhere we are going. So we are supposed to have only 12 or 13 breaths per minute. So how many short we are increasing, and thereby all misalignment is happening. Our all energy bodies are not in alignment. And that's the cause.
Okay,
Body, the whole body is in discomfort, Panchakosha. 5 sheaths we are. Other 4 we can't see, no? Just imagine if somebody comes very close to us, we need our space because we have our energy body. Okay.
My final question actually.
Yeah.
How we can start actually stop worrying? We used to worry, right? Actually, that future or past or something like that. How we can overcome that?
So you can say that any wrong impulse, any worrying is damaging my body. And you know how precious this body is. We human beings can't create body. That means some divine super consciousness has created this body. It's a vast mechanism, right? Trillions of cells working together. What right do we have to damage this? So if we are in constant awareness that no, I have to be peaceful, I have to be in happiness, that is my true nature. Rest, everything has come from outside. That constant awareness will make you aware. It's a journey, actually. It's a journey. It won't happen in instant way or something. It's a conscious effort you take. Like I would have taken decades of effort to come to this state. It doesn't come with few things, few sessions or this. It's a complete realization from inside. Awareness, what I'm supposed to do with magnificent life which God has given me. Okay, which is, we are taking care of everything, houses, we put so much energy, vehicles, this, that. What about this? Where is the manual to make it this function beautifully, magnificently, just like divine, universe wanted it to run? Are we creating that manual? Are we knowing? Yes. So every time you take that breath and you are damaging yourself with worrisome thoughts and all, you can say, oh, am I doing that? Will I do that? And anybody who do I love the most? My child, my mother, my father. Will I start damaging them? They are sitting and I'll start beating them up. No, same way I will treat myself. Are you getting?
Yeah.
Same way I'll treat myself with that much honor, as if like aham brahmasmi, they say. The God is in me. I'm the God. Okay, we are God particles. Where to experience Him? In the temples, in the shrines? No. He's residing here. Once you know that honoring, you will not do that damage. That knowing is ultimate knowing. Okay, it's just here. Yeah, in my breath. Is traveling in my breath. Every time is worship. Every time is an honor given to Him, the divine consciousness. Yeah.
Okay. Others, they can also ask.
Yes. Durva ma'am.
Dhruva,
Yes,
Indra.
ma'am. Yes, I want to tell you something. The Hashish has asked me regarding the insurance question, right? Yes. My husband used to tell me all these things, whatever you are explaining now. I actually used to fight with him. Why you're taking the medical insurance? Why you're taking? So he actually used to tell me, do you think I am donating that money to someone? Please. Okay, you don't think I am getting like we are going to get that particular stillness, you can say no. It is not like that. You think I am donating that money to the insurance company, then only you will feel good. I know it is very difficult to pay a premium. I know that particular amount. So, so they only I paid some 25,000, 25K mediclaim, and I was like discussing with him in the evening whether it is useful for our family. So I got the answer from universe through you. So I am thankful to universe and you also. I am always following your like whatever like we are meeting in the morning. I am learning with everyone. So you know nowadays whenever I am confused or you can say I am alone, I am thinking. So I am getting answer from our group only. So I am thankful to my group. So I'm like now also I was like talking with him on this topic. uh, why we are paying this money, right? Why? So he was explaining me, "Ki, please, I already explained you many times. So this is the topic. So I actually got the answer from you only. So thank you so much.
Yes. Our happiness, our happiness. Yogesh, any question? Yogesh, you are the one who brought me here.
Yeah, I have a question. What sometimes I think that sometimes we feel agony or pain because we want something and we don't get. So how much it is fair to have desire to have particular thing and then um, we also feel sad when we don't get it. So what is your thought on this?
So when we are not getting something means there is a greater plan. This जो अगर मिले तो अच्छा, ना मिले तो उससे भी अच्छा. ओके, समझ में आया ना? मतलब कुछ और प्लान है. It is like we see only this particular thing. There are a lot of other factors, our past lives, our past conditionings. Okay, it's a part of everything which we cannot understand. So instead of giving pain to myself why I didn't get something, we can just leave it to the universe.
But how to detect? Sometimes it is very much difficult to get away or take out of that thing out of mind because
Yes.
we want very badly, and then when you don't get.
Yes, but again having faith in that greater symphony, that something happens for a cause. Something happens for a cause. You may get answers in the end somewhere. Now sometimes we don't see the view, so we don't get answers. But why give pain to ourselves? What universe wanted to give us, they have already, universe has already given. What I deserve has come to me. Something which I feel I have not got, maybe due to my tendencies, innate vasanas, karmas, I'm not getting it. So when Ramakrishna Paramhans got cancer, mouth cancer, he was divine person. Swami Vivekananda's master, why should he get such a divine person? But something of the past, but he did not ask God, goddess, why did I get that? He had different, so once you witness that pain, you are not into that pain. It was there in his body, but he was not experiencing that deep pain. He just surrendered. Understand? So there are something, we are only aware of this birth. We are not aware of innumerable births which have happened. Now, what is the cause? What is the effect of all those? How we are connected to different people, how their karmas get attached to us. So these are unknown things. So then why do we focus only on that? I have not got, I have not received, something like that. Are you getting?
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Right.
Maybe what I do when I get normally something doesn't happen as I want, but I also observe if we get something or if we don't get something, that happiness and that that pain is only for few days. later on again we go for some another thing, or again some next thing happen, and then we forget whatever good happened, or that happiness doesn't last long.
Yes, because that happiness doesn't last long because it is hooked onto external factors. If that happiness, juice of happiness was coming, emerging out of you, then happiness would have been always part of you. We search our happiness on external factors. Something will happen, this outcome will happen, that will happen, and I'm happy. That's why that happiness remains only for short time. It doesn't last long.
Yes, if it
Yes,
is materialistic thing or physical thing we want, then that is for only few
yes,
days or
yes, yes.
a certain time it is there.
Yes. So that inner happiness shouldn't go. It is always there with us. What is there? My age, I mean, it is like childhood is like waterfall. Middle age is like a river. And then the last stage of life is like ocean. We take everything in that spirit. So there is no pain. Age is going, or this is happening, that is happening. It's only mind construct which is happening. Otherwise, we can beautifully walk this path, this life. God has brought us into this world, and we beautifully thread this path and we walk. And the final destination happens, no problem. So, this wisdom, this happiness can be carried forward into next birth if we believe into next birth. Okay. So, at least it is our duty to make ourselves ready of that wisdom in this birth. If everything we have not got, we are not Elon Musk and we are not Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. Still, we are not supposed to be Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, and because they were they. I'm supposed to be Sharmila only. Lakshmi has to be Lakshmi only. Ganeshan sir has to be Ganeshan sir. Yogesh, you have to be you. Indrani has to be she. Why do we get wrong concept now? Millions of people follow Buddhism. Are they Buddhas? There was only one Siddharth Gautam. There can't be any other Buddha. There can't be any other Mahavir. There can't be any other Jesus. There can't be any other Muhammadan. So we should understand that why we are going into wrong this thing by becoming somebody else. It's me, my life, my justice. I have to come to that understanding, that awakening today, that I carry forward this much gathering. At least only karma we can take. We can't take money with our this. We can't take body, but we can take the imprints which we have left in this universe, akashic records, the water, the oceanic water which holds memory of each and every impulse which we have created. Everybody talks about physical pollution. What about energetic pollution, vibrational pollution which we have created? Each and every time we think, billions of people in certain direction, we are creating the stir, we are creating that kind of into whole cosmos. We are spreading our vibrations. So I am I. So being thankful to that I'm just I and I'm supposed to be I. How can I be somebody else? Okay. So with this, I think we are done. I'm so grateful that I don't plan anything in my life. Even I don't create anything. This particular slide I created in the evening, and the last slide I couldn't fit in that picture, so I called Lakshmi, please fit in that picture into that. So even 20 plus years of English teaching also, I get bored to make any notes and all. I make note for that particular session. I don't want to see it again and I become dull and bored and my intellect goes blunt. I have to think every time as a fresh. Okay. So I feel that life is beautiful. We are just like children who visited schools and vibrant with energy. And it doesn't go with the age. Age, it's just body ages. The spirit doesn't age. Okay. So that's how it is. Life is beautiful. We eat 2 times food. If we eat this food lovingly, it is like, giving worship to the Lord. If we eat this food unmindfully, then it is gone like a waste, because it can't give. Buddha had begged food. He begged for his food, and he was the most beautiful human being on this earth ever walked. His statues are all over because he was beautiful in his samadhi, this the silent posture what he created for himself. How did he plan his meal to the finest international standard? No. Okay. So all people who have lived before us, or the masters who are living, have given us Rumi, Jalaluddin Rumi, Persian poet. He is well read among Americans. I think he is the first poet whose books Americans read. He says, "Break your heart 1,000 times so that it should bloom." Let it break. Why are we afraid of not, it will break, it will give us pain. Break it 1,000 times and let it open after that. Then only it will bloom. So lotus will grow only in mud. If there is no mud, no lotus. Is there lotus in hard ground, beautifully created ground? No. Lotus will grow only in mud. Kichad mein ugega. So all the beautiful things will happen only after getting enough beating. Beautiful ornaments are made after getting that banging on that gold metal. So everything, life also is like that. Today, if I'm talking, could I talk this with the lot of books reading and all? I wouldn't have been able to talk. I experienced my life. I came out when I had nothing. I bent down. I bowed to the universe. I surrender my pain to you. Just let me smile and laugh. Let give me the capacity to understand this pain is nothing. Today our earth is going so much pain. Is she complaining? She is giving us so beautiful food and we are taken care. Every day she rotates and revolves. How much damage we have caused that earth which shelters us, which nurtures us. So human beings don't leave anybody. So if anybody has given me pain and all, what big deal it is? Today earth is giving us everything. Billions of people are destroying her every day in the name of advancement and destruction, leaving the carbon footprint to chemical seepage to destroying its oceans to everything. Still, it is lovingly holding us, not shaking us off. Well, it is beautifully going with its on its axis and holding us attached to it with gravity. So that's how it is. Universe is forgiving us whatever we do. So why can't we forgive ourselves and at least take the path where at least my breath, at least my thinking will be pure, that I don't contribute in any bad way to the world. Let anybody, if somebody is creating harm to me, maybe they are not aware. In unawareness they are doing that. They are not aware. Otherwise they wouldn't. Nobody would have done damage to others. Just being not aware, people are doing. So nothing personal. So that's how life should go on. So if we understand at least this basic wisdom, I think we can live happily. Okay, there won't be much pain. Nobody has caused any harm to us intentionally. We are all part of the same system, same society, living our lives. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your wonderful
Yes.
many points.
Can I
Many
say
points.
something,
Yeah.
Ganeshan ji?
Yes.
Actually, ma'am, we are having another one session with Yogesh, 9 o'clock. So
Hey, Yogesh, am I allowed to come to that session?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So 9 o'clock, actually planned at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Already we are running for the time, that's what.
Hmm.
So can you please put it in the voice?
Did I see a new face? Some Pandit?
Yeah, he's Shivam.
Yes. So no, but it was very it was actually very good to listen to you. The wisdom which
Okay, you listened. Okay.
the wisdom which you encapsulate. That is amazing. Yeah.
So I will be sharing that YouTube link also, Shivam. After completing this session, I will
Hi.
be sharing that
Yes.
link.
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely. I would love to see. I'd love to see the video.
Okay. Nice being here. Thank you all. Ma'am, I'm not getting her name now. Our doctor, ma'am. I'm seeing
Yes,
her.
Sarayu, Dr. Sarayu Gayatri.
Huh? Sharayu,
Dr.
Dr.
Sharayu.
Sharayu, please. You were not there. You joined late. Okay. So thank you, everyone. for
Yes.
creating this platform. And no, it is not that I would have spoken to the wind. Okay. Your presence was very, very important for this talk to happen. So thankful to everyone. And
It was a
Ganeshan
wonderful
sir.
session. Sharmila ji, one thing I got today is that managing your mind mindfully is the source of inner happiness. Right, Sharmila ji? Wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Yes, Indrani ji. Yes. it
Many
is.
points we got from you, and thank you very much for.
And this doesn't end here. I was thinking
Yeah.
that I should hold minimum 3 sessions so that further I elaborate or take different topics. I mean,
Definitely.
yes,
Definitely, we'll have another 2 sessions as early as possible, so that it will not go waste. So it will be useful. When we are doing continuously, it will be useful.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, and I will disconnect this one. Then I will start again because
Okay.
that it has been live in the YouTube. So we'll disconnect and say same link you can join again.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, and thank you very
See
much,
you then.
everyone. Can you open your camera so that we'll take one photo memory?
With these
Ah.
five elements.
Do you
Five-
want me to exit, sir?
No. You can.
It's
you can
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You can be like this. Yes.
Okay.
Sarayu, like that. Vanakkam. Okay, he's handling the mobile. Yeah, Yogesh. Can you please? Yes, Yogesh, switch off the camera. Yogesh, yeah. Your camera is off, Yogesh.
Yogesh, camera.
He's
I
in
think
the office. I think.
he's getting ready maybe for the next session. It's okay, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes.
Bye bye, take care. Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Good night.